Injuries and late scratches. That was the name of the game yesterday. Let's talk about it. Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It is Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, back with another NBA Prize Picks video. Like I said in the intro there, it seemed like it was injuries and late scratches yesterday. At least for myself, I had a massive play on Rocket Sanders there for Arkansas college football bet. Gets injured early first quarter, only had 3 carries. But man, he would have absolutely dominated that Kansas defense. And then play we talked about yesterday, where I was kind of on the fence with it a little bit with Giannis. Once Drew Holiday was ruled out in the afternoon, that play was going to be no good at all because Giannis was going to have the ball in his hands a ton. Just one of those days that happens. And I bring this up because good bankroll management is a must, because those are things you just can't account for. You don't know when you're going to have late scratches like that or guys get hurt. It's just part of it. So got good bankroll management. Days like that happen. You just kind of roll into the next day. But it is key. If you want to talk about it, head in the Discord. It's free. We'll talk about it. I'm going to do a couple videos here coming up explaining how I do my bankroll management, because there's a bunch of ways to do it. But it is key if you're going to do this long term. So again, got 3 plays for you here. Go over the last plays yesterday. Again, the Giannis play, we lost that one. That one kind of hurt when Drew Holiday was ruled out later in the afternoon. We did hit Brook Lopez for first half points, rebounds, and assists. And then Ant Edwards did not get there. So only 1 and 2. Got 3 more plays for you here. Not a big slate, but there's some games we can attack. Should be some good, fun basketball games just to watch with that Boston and Clippers game with Kawhi Leonard playing with Paul George. That should be a fun one. We got a couple other games to play, but we'll talk about those. This video is brought to you by oddsjam.com. Make sure you go check those guys out. I will put a link to their YouTube page at the end of this video. Again, go check them out, oddsjam.com. If you want to sign up for any of their packages, you can get 25% off using promo code CashCake. So with that, let's dive right in and check out what we got. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel. It means a lot, and we'll keep chugging along, and hopefully this provides you some value. Let's get after it. All right, like I said, we got 3 plays for you here. Here's the Prizepicks desktop version. They got a sweet mobile app you can download as well. 3 plays for you here. I don't know if you guys watched that Knicks game a couple days ago. I'm on turnovers right now, so you might know where I'm going with this. But if you watch that Knicks game with Luka Doncic and the Knicks, and how I think it was, what was that crazy stat? The NBA was like 0 and 18,000 with so much time left on the clock and being so many points down. And Luka had a monster. They came back and won at a monster 60, 20, and 10 game. Just absolutely monster game. I might go back and watch that again later today if I have some time, because that's just amazing. That's stuff we just don't see that often. So, but with that, I'm going to take Luka, and I'm going to take over 3.5 turnovers. Like, I know he's had a couple days to rest on this. He played 47 minutes that game 2 days ago. But we could see a hangover here, right? And this has been hitting quite often. Now, Dallas is 11-point favorites. It's a 222 over-under. But when you come off a historic, massive game like that, you see it sometimes in football and some sports. You tend to have a hangover the next game. Might not be your sharpest, right? So now if we look what Luka's done with the turnovers, I mean, he's got the ball in his hands all the time. I mean, he's a usage monster. Played 42 minutes against Houston. They played him back on the 23rd. He's won over this in 4 of his last 5 games and 8 of his last 10 games. So if this game stays remotely close to the ball in his hands, like I said, he might not be as sharp. He has 7 turnovers against Houston just on the 23rd itself. So I think it's a spot we can look at, continue to target. If we look at going back to last year against Houston, because I think Houston plays at 10th fastest pace in the league. And he had 4 and 5 turnovers last year. He played him back in October 26th and March 11th. So last 3 games he has played Houston, he has went over this number. I think I'm going to go over 3.5 turnovers for Luka Doncic. Next 2 we're going to look at are a little funky, but they're in one of the faster pace up games, and one that you might not really dig into because you might not know too much about him. He's been playing a lot recently, but not early in the year. We're going to go points and rebounds. And I think there's a couple ways you can do this, but I'm going to go Jalen Williams here, more than 16.5 points and rebounds. We got Charlotte's defense there ranked 28th in points allowed, 29th in rebounds allowed. And, they are a team where they're 27th in defense efficiency. Juice is on the over here around minus 120. I think there's other plays you could play with Jalen Williams, to be honest with you. If you kind of see here, we got points, rebounds, and assists, rebounds and assists. If we just go the one at points and rebounds, what we're talking about, he's actually cleared this number in 4 of his last 5 games and 7 of his last 8 games. He's cleared this number. So a team like, again, Charlotte, which is bottom of the league in points and rebounds, he's averaging around 31 minutes a game over his last 5, last 10, honestly, 31 minutes over his last 10. So the minutes have been there for him. And again, in a game where we have, should be a pretty fast-paced game here. You kind of have to, like, anytime ball's on the court, he's going to push the pace. That's just what he does. So it should be a fun game. Maybe we get a few shots, crazy shots up, more rebound opportunities, more points on transition. You kind of have to like that for Jalen Williams. Like I said, if you want to look at points-wise, the 12.5 points, he's cleared that in 6 of his last 8 games. Rebounds at 4.5, he's cleared it in 3 of his last 4. If we look at points and assists, he's cleared that in 4 of his last 5 games. Juice is on the over on that one at the 7.5 number at minus 130. So I don't mind that one either. If we look at points and assists, again, he's cleared that one in 6 of his last 8 games. I still prefer the points and rebounds, or rebounds and assists if you want to take one of those. Then points, rebounds, and assists. I don't mind this one either. He has cleared this in 7 of his last 8 games. So I think there's a lot of ways you can go with Jalen Williams. I'll pick the points and rebounds here, but kind of want to just give you some context and throw you a few more stats out there if you guys are wanting to dig around and pick one of Jalen Williams. And then we're going to go on the other side of the ball here. We're going to go to Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward finally back. Seems like he is always injured. It's basically been his career, right? Like, he's just constantly injured. But since coming back kind of mid-December, his minutes have kind of came up over his last 5 games, averaging 35 minutes a game. And I think, again, this is a spot where, because it's a pace-up spot, I think we can look at his rebounds and assists here and take more 8.5 rebounds and assists. Now, Juice is on the over on this at around minus 130. OKC is dead last in rebounds allowed, and they're 11th in assists allowed. And he has only cleared this in 2 of his last 5 games, but a couple of those games, Portland, Golden State, he did really well against the Lakers. Again, a pace-up matchup here. OKC runs at the 2nd fastest pace in the league. So, again, pace-up matchups like this I do love. Put up 12 against the Clippers before that. And I think it's a spot he can get there. Again, with the minutes, it's a close, 1-point spread here for this game. So I do kind of like this option. If you want to look at rebounds at 5.5, I prefer the rebounds and assist with him. Just, again, ball likes to sneak out, and it just feels like a better play. So those are the 3 plays we're looking at here. Again, I'd probably rank him just like this, to be honest with you. Luka, number 1, Jalen Williams. I think there's a ton of different plays you can play with this, more than 16.5 points and rebounds, and then Gordon Hayward, more than 8.5 rebounds and assists. So again, if you want to check out oddsjam.com, you can go check those guys out and sign up for a package, or try out their free trial, and also check out their YouTube page. I'll link it above and in the description below. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.